Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Jess. I'm from Portugal and I'm learning how to draw at 30 years old. I've decided to create this channel to share my journey and my progress. If you're also learning how to draw or you're thinking about it but you think you're too old or if it's not worth it to try to learn now, maybe the progress I've made in these last 5 months will inspire you to try it or keep going. Before I start showing my progress from day zero, basically, I want to just share a bit of my background. This is not one of those stories of, oh, I used to draw all the time as a kid, or I went to art school, but I stopped drawing and painting for a while. No. Even as a child, I always had the thought, oh, I don't know how to do this. Every time I picked up a pencil or a marker at school. And all my friends and classmates, they always had better drawing than me. It also didn't help when I got to middle school. I had this art teacher who basically told me that I sucked at her class, and that really killed whatever little confidence I had. And from that moment, I just put it in my head that I don't know how to draw. I wish I could, but I don't have the talent. And that was my mindset since I was 10 until this year. So the thing is, I've always been a very artistic and creative person. I did theater in my late teens and early 20s, and I love movies, music, and all kinds of art. So not knowing how to draw always made me feel a bit empty, like there was something missing. And in 2020, I came across collage art. I'm a big science fiction fan and space enthusiast, and I found this artist called Frank Moff. If you haven't heard of them, they make a lot of space collages with a retro futuristic feel, and that inspired me to do my own collages in Photoshop. And you can check them out on my Instagram if you want. They're still all there. And I gathered a nice amount of followers from these collages and photo manipulation work. And I even had a few clients, but there was something still missing. I was blessed, I would like to say, with a big imagination, and I have a lot of ideas for artworks that I can't do unless I draw and paint them. And that was the big reason that led me to this journey. Plus, I'm a big nerd and I love video games and I want to draw my favorite characters too. And a big reason why I created this channel was because I want to hold myself accountable to my progress, because I have a habit of procrastinating, which I'm sure many people can empathize with. And I also have the shiny new object syndrome, so I was scared that I would end up stop drawing and go to something else, and I don't want to do that. I really want to get better, so I've decided to create this channel also to show the progress that I make over the next months, maybe years, hopefully. So I'm gonna get started. This is kind of a sketchbook tour, but do not expect to see works of art in here. I'm gonna show this one first, this is not even a sketchbook. This is just a notebook with blank pages that I picked up because it was really cheap and I didn't know if this was gonna be something that I could do. So I didn't want to spend money on a sketchbook for sure, because I just wanted to try it out. And yeah, so this is this is day zero, basically. This is from March. I only started to really learn in April, so was 1 month before, and you can even see I marked this because this was all traced from Elden Ring's art book, which is a video game, in case you don't know. And yeah, I tried to trace these silly little characters, and yeah, this is what I was working with when I didn't know how to do basically anything. So I don't want to skip through this, even though it's kind of embarrassing, but like, I mean, I don't find it embarrassing because it shows it's what I mean, I didn't know how to do it, so what can you do? And yeah, this is more, I would, um, I would outline I mean, I would trace the outline of the art and then I would fill it in, and this is what I would do. But then I stopped here, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I was like, I wasn't really sure of what I was doing yet. So, and then almost a month later in April, this is day one as I marked here. Let me see if it's showing. Yeah. Day one, I just opened up a YouTube tutorial for beginners. It was one of the popular ones. I don't remember which one it was now. And I just did what the guy asked, which is just drawing a bunch of lines. And that's what I did because I really wanted to get to the fundamentals first. So this is what I did on day one. Just a lot of rectangles and spheres. And then in this one, I started a Skillshare course, and I don't remember the artist, the teacher name right now, but I'll leave it on screen. And I started his course, which was the drawing fundamentals, because that's what I really wanted to learn. Because I figured if I just started practicing stuff without knowing any fundamentals, I wouldn't really learn anything, at least not that fast anyways. And it's not that I was in a hurry, but I really wanted to feel like I was progressing every day, otherwise I would give up. So yeah, this was day one of learning, and as you can see, I look like I draw like a toddler, which is fine, but this is a character named Bobby from The Expanse. If you watch the show, you know her, but you probably wouldn't recognize her from this beautiful drawing. And I started like every 5 days I would draw this again to see how I had progressed. And yeah, this was day one, which looks like it was drawn by a 4-year-old or maybe younger, but that's okay. This was still in day one. I was very excited at first, so I would draw a lot every day. And these were images from Pinterest that I just drew. And I mean, this snake has a cute face. And this cat, the image that I remember the image that I chose looked nothing like this, and this is where it came out, and I wrote, "Mom, I threw up." If you're on Twitter, you probably know what that means. And yeah, so day one, this is what I was working with. Yeah. Day two was just a whole lot of circles. Just I was following the course, and this was the next class, I'm sure. And just, I don't even know if this is showing on the video because I was drawing them very lightly, as we are taught. And yeah, just this was all in one day, but I'm pretty sure I still come back to these pages sometimes, and I draw more circles on top just to practice. And yeah, this was basically me trying to train my arm to gain that muscle memory. And yeah, some squares. This is not, yeah, this was basically all in one day. Some doodles. And yeah, let me just, yeah, a lot of pages of just circles and more circles, eggs. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Day 3, yeah. So all these pages, one day. Day 3, this was an image from the course I was doing. Drawing a little bird, the outline. More circles here, of course. Day 4, I drew this chicken. I showed it to my friend, and she named her Marinette, which I thought it was really funny. And yeah. just a little animal I saw on Pinterest. I don't remember the animal's name right now in English. Day 5, I went back to my Bobby, and I mean, it still looks like a kid drew it really bad, but you can already see some improvement from day 1 to day 5, I guess. So that's all it matters to me with this little notebook, is just seeing the progress I've made. Day 5, I drew this Bulbasaur and I was very happy because I thought, let me see if it's showing right. Yeah, I thought it looked really cute, and also this French duck. And then I wanted to try and draw a building. So this is supposed to be a building from Elden Ring, but it looks nothing like it because, I mean, day 5, what can you do? Not much. Even now I can't. So I have this habit of trying to draw things that I don't have the skills for yet, and because it's what I want to end up drawing. But I mean, it's not a bad habit, I think, because you can still learn stuff, but it also doesn't mean anything I draw will come out good. Day 6 was learning different types of lines. Like, this is from the course, like drawing emotions through lines. And yeah, drawing the same object with different lines. This is still from day 6, and this is also a little creature from Elden Ring, which is a really cute man serpent, and I really like this because, let me just go back here. This is day 6, right? So this is the same creature from day 0. Day 6. In 6 days of learning, I mean, this does it look good? No, but compared to this, yeah, I really liked it. The progress that I made in just 6 days. Then day 7, this is more animals that I found on Pinterest, and I thought they were cute. This is also really important because I will take a day to learn stuff from the course, like fundamentals, but I also try to draw things just for fun, because if I was just doing the course, I think I would have burnt out and I would have ended up giving up. So it's really important to learn stuff that's kind of boring but necessary, but also have fun. I also drew this bear sleeping. I didn't even realize I tried to do hatching here. I have no idea. I had no idea how to do hatching, as you can see, but I mean, I was aware of it, I guess. Day 8 was learning values, which I guess I didn't do that well learning, but you know, what are you gonna do? And this was my first still life. Is it still life that we say? I think so. Drawing. I was really happy with how this came out for my first one. I remember in the course we weren't even supposed to be doing shading yet. It was just like outlines and stuff, but like I said, I have the habit of doing stuff that I don't have the skills for yet, because that's just how I do it. More circles and a little Millennia sketch. Also a character from Elden Ring. You'll see it's a common pattern here. You'll see a lot of characters from Soft games because they're my favorites. Day 9, spheres, not just circles. We went to spheres. And also cylinders, and I guess I remember doing this because I was watching the course and I was a little bored, so I just started doing this little street scene. Oh, perspective. Yeah, I admit I skipped the class. I started, but it was so boring, and I know it's very necessary, and I really, really, really want to learn it, especially for the type of artwork I want to do in the future. It's really necessary, but at the time I was like, I want to learn something else. I'm not doing perspective right now, so yeah. Just scribbling, and another still life. I didn't really like this one, but Yeah. Okay, it's not marked here, but I know it's day 9, so 9 days when I started learning, and this is the cover of a fantasy book that I was reading at the time, Gardens of the Moon, and it was basically like my first landscape drawing, I guess. I really like this one, this still life, except for these, I don't know what they're called, what the thing is to hold the floss, but yeah, it was okay. Another Bobby, of course, day 10, so it still looks like a kid through her, but I mean, let me go back to day 5, and yeah, that's a little, a little improvement, I think. Day 11, started drawing fruit, more geometric shapes. This is images from Elden Ring again. This is a creature from Elden Ring. I remember I posted this on my personal account on Twitter for fun, saying it was day 11 learning how to draw, and it got like 200 something likes, and I was like, what the hell? There are many artists out there who should have all those likes instead of me right now. Another still life that looks terrible. Not even gonna acknowledge it. It was supposed to be a landscape from Elden Ring, but I gave up doing it. It was too many details, and like I said, I have that habit of doing stuff I'm not ready for. But I drew this enemy. If you've played the game, you know exactly what it is. Not saying it looks good, but the features. It's very easy to recognize. So here I remember drawing this ship from The Expanse, and I started getting a little frustrated. It was looking bad, and when I get frustrated, then I feel like I'm not progressing as I should. You'll see throughout the notebooks I start scribbling a lot and leaving a lot of open spaces and just move on to something else. It's something I do. Day 13, I drew a little Max Rebo from Star Wars, because of course, why not? And this little rat. I love drawing rats. Day 14, this is a character from Bloodborne, also a FromSoft game, and it was the first time I drew like a person character, I guess, that I really liked, even though I know nothing about anatomy at this point, of course, and with the mask I didn't need to draw the face or anything, but I liked it. More scribbling. This was pen exercises from the course that I was doing. Oh my god. Yeah, and like I said, you know, a lot of open spaces and scribbling. This was the time I was feeling a little, it had been 2 weeks and I wasn't really sure what to do next, so yeah, when that happens, I scribble a lot, leave a lot of open spaces with nothing. And then day 15, I drew my Bloodborne character, which, like I said, I know nothing about anatomy at this point. I mean, I still don't know nothing about anatomy now, but I just did this for fun. More fruit. Day 16. Then I drew this llama for fun because I was so sick of drawing fruit. But this was the day I started learning contour lines. So, also from the course. And day 17, if this creature looks weird to you, that's normal. It's a character from Bloodborne, which is a cosmic horror game, so I think if you don't know it, that explains it. More fruit, contour lines. Malenia's Helm, also from Elden Ring. I was really happy how this came out, even though these details were just like I gave up. Also, I was learning about values here in the course. Another empty page because I got frustrated with this rat looking awful. Here, I bought some new materials, because up to this point I was just using a HP pencil because, like I said, I didn't want to spend any money in case I turned out awful. But at this point I was getting pretty excited about my progress in 18 days, so I bought some pencils and some color pencils as well, but this didn't go all that well. But yeah, so after this I tried my new pencils and this happened. I drew this bird and I really liked it, but I didn't know how to draw the feathers, so I just, you know, painted. But then I drew this owl and I did draw the details and I was so happy. I mean, it looks like a mess in here, but I really like the face. And you know, for day 20 of learning, you know, just 20 days drawing, to be able to do an owl like this, I never thought that I would be able to do that. So I was really happy, and I took a photo and sent it to my best friend because she loves owls and she was really happy that I drew this. So yeah, I really like this little owl that I made. And then, as God's way of humbling me, I made this the next day. This awful little creature, awfully painted. And at this point I was like, I don't know if color pencils are for me. I know there's a technique to make them look good, but I just, yeah, let's just move on from this. Day 21. This is a talisman from Elden Ring, and this, I was trying ink pens for the first time, and then I colored it with the color pencils and it looks awful because color pencils are just not for me. They take a lot of work to make them look good and I don't have the patience. Another character. Oh, this page looks a mess. Oh my god. Anyway, again with the color pencils, this one looks a little better, but yeah. And then some shading practice here. This is day 24. So we were in May by now, because I forgot to say, these weren't all days in a row. If I was drawing, I would count it as a day that I drew. If the next day I didn't draw, I wouldn't count the day, but because I was just counting the days that I was actively practicing and learning. A little shading, and then here I bought more materials, and this was later because I got a new sketchbook, an actual sketchbook this time, which I'm gonna show next. I came back to these pages later to train. This is my first time training, like just the drawing and, you know, the lines, you know, the flow of the body. But yeah, this was later, like a month later maybe. And yeah, and this was when I got some fine ink pens. Okay, so that's it for this first one. This is a mess. There's no actually art in this, but I think this will always be the most important sketchbook that I have because I started, you know, so I'm gonna always save this and cherish it. So now let's go back to this one, which let me just, because I'm pretty sure I have my number here and I don't want to show that. Yeah, okay. I started this literally like a month later after I started learning. Yeah, even that's why it says day 25, because I guess I took just 5 days off from practicing for a month. But yeah, so this is a creature from Elden Ring. Sorry, I was just saying, I was checking if I was in frame yet. Still, I really like him. He's Turtle Pope, really cute. I was very happy with this. I started following this YouTube channel called Draw Sessions, if I'm not mistaken, and I really liked his technique, and I think I learned a lot from watching his videos, so if you wanna check it out. Oh my god. This is a crab from Elden Ring as well. He looks sad and ugly, poor crab. Day 26. And this was a mess. of an experiment I made. I wanted to try to do something with the light here and make everything dark around it, but clearly it wasn't, it didn't work out that well, but this was day 27. At this point I had stopped following, I had finished the fundamentals course, and before I started another course I decided to just take what I learned and draw stuff for fun. And day 27 also I drew this Dev from Discworld, which is a fantasy series that I really like. It's really funny, and Dev is my favorite character, and I really like how he came out here. Then day 28 I drew this dragon head, which looks really weird, but in my defense the reference image I used was terrible, so yeah. Then day 29, this is a character from Bloodborne as well, a boss. Her name is Vicar Amelia, and she's really cute. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I think she's really cute. And she has many teeth, which were actually a lot of fun to try to draw. I think this looked... I was really happy with this one. Even though her nose is a bit... I didn't make the proportions correctly, but I'm still learning proportions to this day, like I've been drawing from years, but... Oh god. So this was the last day I tried to draw Bobby, because after 30 days of drawing, I finally realized that if you have a bad reference photo, your drawings will also be bad. And the reference photo for this was a doll, an action figure. So of course, it doesn't matter how good I can draw, it's always gonna look like this, so I stopped. And I wrote LOL because hello. Okay, more Elden Ring characters. Yeah, I was happy with this helmet. I thought it looked good. And this little guy is from the DLC. If you know, you know. Okay, day 33, I drew Darth Vader, my favorite villain of all time. And I was so happy with how this came out. I never thought I could do something like this in just 33 days of drawing, because when you don't know how to draw, it looks so hard to do something like this. And it is, I mean, it's not easy, you need to know what you're doing, but it's not that hard. It's just knowing and having the skill. So I was really happy that I was able to do this in so soon. And to this day I still think it's the best one I've drawn so far. It's not perfect by any means, but I was really happy. And day 44 I drew these two mushroom characters from Dark Souls. So yeah, a lot of FromSoft characters that I like to draw. And well, here we have it. What happens when I get frustrated with my drawings. I start scribbling and leaving things open, because I know I don't, like I said, I have this habit of trying to do stuff I'm not ready for, and I tried to draw a face, and of course I didn't know anything about drawing faces, so of course this looks awful. I didn't know anything about proportions or where anything goes, so of course it looks awful. And this also looks awful for different reasons. It's a mess. Look at my... oh my god. This is why I don't really like to draw with pencils anymore, because I was doing such a mess. But this is from my collage artworks, and I don't know what I was doing here, so let's just move on. And yeah, this is my cat, Arthur. And I really like this little drawing I made of him, because the eyes are so big and he's looking at me with that expression that he always does. And it's really cute. And this was when I decided to just give up on the color pencils, and I gave them to my goddaughter. I was like, I'm not gonna bother with this anymore. So this was in Krakow, Poland. I didn't draw this actually there, but I had a photo and I tried, and oh god, this building looks like it's falling apart again. Perspective, something that I need to learn. and this was already at the end of July. This was the first time I tried to draw outside. I took my notebook, and because I went to the river with my friends, and there was this little boat, and my friend's shoe, and again, open spaces. I didn't like this, so I stopped drawing here. And then this was the same day there I decided to try to draw trees for the first time, and I didn't like this one, but I really like this too. Then the next day I stopped counting the days that I was learning by this point, even though my original plan was to count to 100, but I gave up. I just lost count. This was me trying hatching for the first time, and it went awful, but yeah. This is my other cat. He likes to sleep in front of the microwave, so I drew that. And I tried hatching for the shade, but it looks awful. Also, hatching looks much better with ink instead of pencils, and I didn't have that figured out by this point. Here, at the end of July, I decided to start learning gesture drawing with the same course, the same artist from the fundamentals course I took on Skillshare. I started his course on gesture drawing and figure drawing, and so that's a lot of what's in here now. And this is hard. Because I still think I'm drawing still without a lot of confidence in my lines, so to have to do all of this stuff with fluid movements, it's one of the things I want to work on now, because it's, yeah, I don't think these are too bad for gestures. I think this one is really funny, but here I started legs and I hated it. I hate drawing legs. I gave up because I was like, I'm gonna do something else for now. And yeah, here I bought some alcohol markers and I was trying them on for the first time, and this poor Bulbasaur, I chose the wrong green. And this is Alexander from Elden Ring, another character, and I think it looked really cute. Unfortunately, the alcohol markers bleed to the next page, but I have another sketchbook for that. I went back to the legs, hated it, hate every minute of it. I was doing so many things wrong and I didn't know why. But I think these look okay-ish. Nice butt too. These look too long and then these were too short, and I gave up again. Like you can see, empty space means I was frustrated. So naturally I just started drawing rats, because why not? I love rats. These two images were from Pinterest, and these were photos that I referenced, and this one was all me. This is from Bloodborne, the hat, and from that video game I was talking about, and I just drew the rat with hat and weapons, and I thought it was really funny. But yeah, this was like the first time I drew something that wasn't being directly referenced from something else. It was just from my head, so I thought it was pretty cool. Then I went to my family to the river as well, and we did a little picnic, and I drew this little view. And then I started counting again, day 45, but this was August already, because in July I had a lot of studying and work to do, so I stopped drawing for like a few weeks, and then I went back again in August. I decided I wanted to start learning how to draw heads and faces, because I wanted to draw my favorite characters naturally. And yeah, these were okay, I guess. These were not okay, because once again I didn't know how to draw features, but I wanted to do it anyway, even though I didn't have the skills yet. So I just did it this, well, and let's just move on. Yeah. I went to the beach and draw this little scenery, and I started practicing skulls because I guess that's really important to know, because you need to know the anatomy of the head. But I only drew this for because I was still on vacation and I didn't want to study that much at the time. This was like just little doodles I was doing while I was at the beach. Here's the rat again. I gave him a name. His name's Bobby, not surprisingly. This is my D&D character, and I try to draw her face, and yeah, it's just not. Faces is still something that I'm still working on. Clearly. My god. Here, this was at the end of August, and I started doing inking. I wanted to practice hatching and just drawing with a pen because I found out I really like it. I really like drawing with a pen, and so doing ink drawings is probably something I will want to do in the future. So this is just me practicing. This is from Alfonso's, I think that's his name, workbook. I'll leave the full name of the book on screen. I can't remember right now. But yeah, I was doing a lot of the exercises there to learn how to do inking. So that's a lot of what this is. Values a little better than last time. Then I was at the beach again, and I drew this with pen and little duck. And then while I was still on vacation, I went to Zoomarine to see dolphins and other animals, and I saw this image of this drawing on Pinterest, and I wanted to do one myself, and I was really happy with how it came out. And then also, this is Pablo. He was also at the Zoomarine, and I didn't shade this one because I wanted to move on to something else, but I really like how this one came out, even without the shading. And then this is now in September, and I went back to trying to draw faces because this is what I'm focusing on now. So this is my favorite basketball player, Asia Wilson. I'm sorry, Asia, for what I did to your face. Bobby again. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Let's just ignore that. Yeah, and this was yesterday. This is supposed to be Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure. I found the image on Pinterest as well. And this, well, this was supposed to be Ryan Gosling, but when I finished, I realized I had drew Nicolas Cage, and that's the perfect way to end this tour, I guess. I drew Nicolas Cage by accident. That's my amount of progress of drawing. And so, I'm sorry if this video was too long, but yeah, I really wanted to show the progress I've made from learning, from not knowing how to draw anything till now, and I'm just gonna keep going and see where this goes. And my plan for this channel is just as I learn to draw new stuff, I'll share my progress and my thoughts on it as a beginner artist. So if you're interested in that, consider liking and subscribing, and let me know in the comments what you thought of all this. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.